What if I told you that Arsenal could sign Julian Alvarez this summer, but by giving Atletico 15 mil plus Viktor Gyokeres? Is that a deal you're willing to take? Today, I'm going to break down one of the wildest transfer speculations and rumors that happened this summer and let's verify whether it makes sense for Arsenal to do this bargain or not. Welcome back to All About Arsenal. I know we're seeing the World Cup fever right now, but you can't stop content from coming to this place. Obviously, it's been fun. I think it's up to a month now since we won the Premier League, but let's forget about that for now. There's this rumor that is taking place right now where Arsenal have been linked with a move for Julian Alvarez, but some reports are suggesting that Atletico would want us to give them some money and ask Viktor Gyokeres to sweeten the deal. It doesn't make sense. It's quite crazy when you think about it. It doesn't seem realistic. But something that we can actually talk about, if we really want Alvarez that much, are we really willing to put Gyokeres in the line as well? So today I'm going to talk about why it makes sense for Arsenal to go for Alvarez, why it doesn't make sense for Arsenal to lose Gyokeres, why Atletico wants him, and of course, my final verdict. So the first question is, why would Arsenal want Alvarez? Come on. It's not your typical striker. When you think about Alvarez, people think about the goals he scored. In the last 2 seasons, he has played like 68 goals or thereabout. But what makes Alvarez special is his versatility. From Liverpool to Man City to Atletico, we have seen Alvarez play as a centre forward. We have seen Alvarez play as a second striker. I've seen Alvarez play on the left-hand side. I've seen him play on the right-hand side. I've seen him play number 10. I know Arteta loves players that are very versatile. In our team, we have plenty players like that play multiple positions. Technically, he's outstanding. He has a mad free kick on him, an absolute baller, great technique. He also has very good work rate. Defensively, pressing, Alvarez gives you that. His off the ball movement is also very elite, and that's one thing that he can actually prove to be very important in a possession-based style. Arsenal is a team that kind of hold possession a lot. And having a player like Alvarez in our attack as a focal point would be amazing. We saw what he did under Pep Guardiola at Man City. Obviously, Haaland didn't make things easy for him, as you would expect. But in the games Alvarez managed to play at Man City, he did very well. Of course, the last World Cup and even in this World Cup, he was very, very instrumental for Argentina in the build-up to the World Cup that they won in 2022. He was their leading striker. He scored a couple of goals in the tournament as well, even though Messi continued to be the main man. But that versatility that he actually offers is gold. Just imagine a player like Saka on the right, Trossard or Martinelli on the left, Alvarez in the middle, very elite. So it's very clear that Arsenal wants a player like Alvarez, and it's very good to see, understandable to know why he'll be key for us. We bring me to the next question. What are really the pros of signing a player like Alvarez in the club? First things first, in comparing him to Gyokeres, Alvarez is more complete. Yes, Gyokeres is an outstanding striker, no doubt, but Alvarez is arguably the more complete footballer. He contributes in every phase. His link-up play is crazy. His creativity is good. His movement is good. Defensive work, positional flexibility. And Arteta loves multifunctional players. Alvarez also has big game experience. A few players in the world can actually match his CV. Alvarez has won the World Cup with Argentina. He has won the Copa America. He has won the Premier League with Man City. He has won the Champions League. He has won a couple of FA Cups. You're doing the biggest games, and those experience kind of matter. And kind of can take us to the next level, He's a Premier League proven player. He saw that he spent some time in the Premier League under Man City. So he actually knows the league very well. He will not require any adaptation. There's no language barrier. There's no culture shock with him. There's no uncertainty. Being a man that he has already been there and done that in the league. And when he was in the Premier League, he actually delivered. And of course, there's the tactical flexibility that we can have with him, which I feel is that's the right aspect of getting a player like Alvarez. Alvarez can allow us play multiple systems, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, play as a false nine, play as a second striker. Under Arteta, he will have endless options because of what he can offer to us. I want to tell you a lot about the sign that he actually fits the age profile. At 26, he's entering the absolute prime years of his career, and we can get like 5 to 6 elite seasons out of him. So these are very, very concrete reasons why we should get a player like Alvarez. But on the flip side, what are the cons of doing this deal? Number one, why should we add 50 million and Gyokeres just to get Alvarez? This is more or less my biggest issue. If you have to give up on Gyokeres and now pay another 50 million, the valuation becomes very questionable. It's a huge amount of money. We signed Gyokeres for almost 60 million pounds. I want to add a 60 million pounds player with extra 50 million just to get another player. That kind of money that we use to strengthen our squad elsewhere. Another thing I don't like about this is the fact that Gyokeres can be an elite player for us. Yes, he scored 97 goals in 102 games for Sporting CP before joining Arsenal. And in his first season with us, he scored 21 goals. But toward the end of the season, Gyokeres kind of transformed, he became a better player. And we need to spend more time with him to allow him cook. What if we sell him now to Atletico for this move and he explodes there? Imagine him scoring 25 goals or 40 goals or those crazy amounts that he was smashing in Portugal and in Spain. There'll be lots of regrets around it. And of course, so you can't really give up on him. But I think the one that kind of pisses me off the most is that Alvarez has declared his love for Barcelona. He's basically twerking for them right now. As in, he has put it in the media that Barcelona is his preferred destination. So it should not be like a stepping stone for us. Atletico doesn't want to sell directly to Barcelona. They'd rather sell him abroad. And what are the chances that when Alvarez comes to Arsenal, you still know what to move for that Barcelona stuff yet again? He'll be like, so it will not be like, okay, we have lost Gyokeres. We now want to get a player that will be like a stepping stone for us. Of course, Atletico also holds the leverage for him. They have maintained that he's not for sale. And of course, even if interest from the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona. The last time they said that Madrid actually offered a bid deal of 150 million euros, and they also rejected it. And when the club now they have the superior asset, because the negotiations become very difficult. And of course, the threat of losing a pure number 9. Right now, Gyokeres is the only pure number 9 we have at the club. Kai Havertz is good as a centre forward, no doubt. Same with Gabriel Jesus. But Gyokeres gives us something unique. That raw power, that direct running, that physical dominance, that penalty box presence. Yes, Alvarez is a good player, but he's certainly not Gyokeres. He's not the kind of player that will actually be in the box to expect those balls. So if we lose Gyokeres, we're going to lose some form of physicality. Now, doing this head-to-head, what are the strengths of Alvarez compared to Gyokeres? Alvarez, technical quality, pressing, movement, versatility, creativity, big game experience, but he's not physically dominant. He's not traditional number 9. And of course, there are questions about his preferred destination because he wants to actually go to Barcelona rather than Arsenal. Gyokeres, on the other hand, goal scoring, physicality, running power, box presence, directness. Of course, he's not that technical, he's less versatile, he's not as creative, and he's not really that experienced in European elite level. When you think about the goals between players that have scored over the last 3 seasons, Gyokeres has scored 118 goals, and Alvarez has scored 68 goals. So that Gyokeres actually has 50 goals more than Alvarez, which is kind of insane when you think about it. So why does Atletico want Gyokeres? Obviously, because he really loves aggressive forwards. You can think of all the guys that played under him: Falcao, Aguero, Forlan, Fernando Torres. Players that are very aggressive, very hardworking, very physical. Gyokeres would be a perfect fit with a team like Atletico. You know, Alvarez basically gives them a different perspective to what they have right now. But obviously, they have Brisbane, they have Solot. They don't necessarily have that kind of number nine, that kind of fit, the kind of mold that Gyokeres is. So it'll be a good signing for them, no doubt, if they actually go for him. So what's my final verdict on this move? I don't think I'm convinced. First of all, I don't even think it's true that Arsenal would have to do something as crazy as that. You know, Gyökeres is one of the best strikers in the world. His goal margin has been very crazy. So I don't think it's something that we should go for. If Arsenal wants average, yes, you can go for him. But then again, we kind of mind that these teams are calling. It's going to be a very difficult move for us. But guys, what do you think? Is it the move that you think Arsenal should do? I don't think so. Okay, guys, I guess it's back to more World Cup content. Obviously, the first set of games are finished by 8 o'clock. I think Canada lost to Switzerland and Bosnia beat Qatar. I know by 11 p.m. there's going to be the whole Haiti, Morocco, and Brazil, Scotland. So, guys, from time to time, I'm becoming with more content like this. You know, looking forward to seeing you guys again in the next video. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Come on, you guys.